video is to identify different misunderstandings about what differentiation is and is not. So according to Tomlinson, she lays out in chapter 1 of her book a number of misconceptions and realities. The first thing is that we need to understand is that differentiation is not a set of instructional strategies, but it's a philosophy. It's a way of thinking, teaching, and of learning. So some people think that it's just a set. It's like I can hand you a book, but the reality is it's not like handing you a book of exercises and drills and materials to utilize in teaching, but really it's how those are implemented, that a teacher might learn the needs of the students and meet them at the appropriate speed with the appropriate materials within their proximal zone of development. Number 2, that it's adequate for a district or school leader to tell how to differentiate instruction effectively. Well, the reality is a district can't look into your classroom, even if they had a SARC report and they were able to tell you about the demographics and the common numbers, or even an attendance sheet. Maybe the attendance sheet would help indicate who were IEP students and who were 505 students and who were maybe the EL students. But even then, we still need to be a student of the students, and the students are the ones who are going to show us what it is that they need. And so a district or an administrative leader who's not in the classroom cannot just tell you exactly what materials to use and exactly what strategies will work best in your classroom. The reality is it's an ongoing process of trial, reflection, and adjustment in the classroom itself. Number 3, that it's something that a teacher does or does not do. You know, when I think about this misconception, I think of a teacher getting defensive, or myself getting defensive, saying, well, I'm already doing that. I'm already implementing that. Or maybe a teacher saying, like, I want to become a differentiated. Number 3, it is something that a teacher does or does not do. You know, I could think of myself or another teacher becoming defensive and saying, well, I'm already doing that, as a differentiated approach is suggested, or a strategy is suggested, or a material is suggested that a teacher says in defense, well, I'm already doing that. When the reality is that most teachers do pay attention, but very few teachers proactively plan instruction to address student difference. So it's not just tell me what I need to do in order to differentiate, but it's paying attention and proactively planning, paying attention to students and proactively planning to see what you can do to implement and meet the needs of the student, and then assessing whether or not the changes that you're making are helping the student to progress and that the content is becoming accessible for the students. Number 4, a misconception is that it's just about instruction, that this is about the method or the mode of instruction that a teacher is doing, but the reality that it's a positive learning environment, a high quality curriculum, assessment, and flexible classroom management. So creating a classroom environment, that's how we arrange our classroom, where we put our desk, and utilizing tactics to get to know the students, utilizing high quality curriculum, and assessing the students not only from their understanding of prior knowledge, but also getting to know the students, understanding their culture, finding out what their interests are, and finding out if the students what their level of readiness is.